Welcome to our mini landscape painting today. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks for painting this really tiny 3D model of our landscape. Let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I painted mine over here. We're using watercolor so that you have your own kind of color palette for mixing. And I'm keeping it on my paper so that I can kind of turn it around where I need to. Again, a few tips and tricks. Even though we have our water cup here today, we really don't want to use a lot of water actually. If you use a lot of water, it will just spread all over your artwork. So you really just want to use this very sparingly today and use it mostly to change colors. Now, if you want, you can also again mix, I'll pull this over, in the side here, right? So taking some color from here, mixing it on the side of your palette, rinsing your brush, mixing it into another color to form different colors. But again, you need to this out at the end of class, so that's up to you. Just mix right on your artwork. So again, not a lot of water. I am turning this around so I can see the different parts. You can notice I'm using a really small brush. I'm using a small brush because it's so mini that if you use a large brush, it's going to be super hard to control. Notice that I'm going in with my base coat first, right? I'm painting the ground. And I'm really carefully going around all of my details. It's kind of difficult, but again, remember, you're going to paint over it later, right? So if you paint, get a little bit of green on my rocks, it's not the end of the world because I'm going to paint like a black or a brown later. I will say, when I painted my beach, I painted the yellow first because that's really light color. If you try to paint a yellow afterwards, it might get really dirty. So I'd be really careful if you're using yellow because it's really light. I'll check back with you when I'm a little bit more finished. I wanted to check back in with you. You can see that I painted the grass and the stream. As I was painting, I was rotating it so I could see if I missed any spots. Right now, I just moved on to my mushroom and I'm painting the stem brown. So again, I'm looking down. I'm kind of holding really gently and I'm painting each side of it. And then as I need to, I'm turning my paper so that I can get all the different sides. Notice that I keep turning it with the paper. I'm going to keep going using the same technique. I'm not using a lot of water. And I just keep painting it, making sure there's no white spots. When you're finished, give it one final spin to see if you can see any white spots. Maybe ask someone at your table if they can see any white spots. And then you're finished.